Welcome to Daddy's Gardening Show.
Yeah, the gardening show. So what are you up to, bud?
We're planting some seeds.
We are.
Yeah, some pepper seeds. And when they're all ready on Mother's Day, we're gonna put them in the garden. They'll be all ready to go.
Yeah. So what are you planting right now?
These are lemon jar peppers. I think they're pretty hot.
Yeah, it's a hot pepper. You've been doing pretty good on the numbers here, bud. It's working out well, huh?
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
I'm putting each one seed in here, but you can put two seeds, but we're just putting one in, and also now after we get this all done, this tray done, we're gonna squirt some water on it, and then we'll probably go back upstairs.
Yeah, something like that.
I want to get a drink.
Oh, you want to get a drink? Okay, go ahead. Hurry back, okay? I won't plant anything without you. Yeah, so, I'm letting him plant these pepper seeds, and it's worked out quite well, having the numbers. Not just for me to keep track of the seeds, but for him to find the packets and know what goes in each row. We're using just this little mason jelly jar top here. It's worked out pretty good to dump the seeds on. He can see them real well, and he's putting one in each row there, so it's worked out well. So what are we doing? We've got a propagation tray. These trays are designed to get the seedlings or the seeds to sprout. They're not intended for like long-term use as far as the vegetables. Like we wouldn't want to keep a sprouted tomato seed and then let it keep going, without transplanting it, because what will happen is it'll become root bound. It'll probably fall over because there's not enough support in the base to keep it erect. So what we're going to do is, once these are sprouted and they're a couple inches tall, even probably before they have their true leaves, we're going to use our little icing knife here to dig them out, and then we're going to transplant them into our paper pots. They'll go in the trays, they'll grow in the grow mats, or the grow mat there, until they're a decent size, and then we'll move them outside to harden them off. So we've got our tomatoes under here, and we did just like a tray a day. I mean, it was, you want it to be fun. I don't know, it's been good just to kind of spread it out, over a couple days and not try to get everything done in one day. I found that, the probe is pretty accurate just sitting on the grow mat itself without really putting it in the trays. In testing that theory, what I did was I took the top off real quick and then put the probe down in one of these cells and then just watched the temperature, and it was within like 2 degrees. So it's just easy enough to leave it out on top of the mat to regulate the temperature here. At least so far it seems to be working that way. The other idea that I may end up going back to the Dixie cup, but for now it's working out. I've got the mat at 72 degrees because being warm weather stuff, the tomatoes, they're not going to germinate very well if it's much cooler than 70. So I've got it at 72. The lights are providing probably another 2 degrees of heat at the height that they're at over these trays. So once they sprout, we'll take the lids off, we'll let them grow a little bit, and then we'll transplant them. We got a soilless grow mix in here. We just scooped some to cover tray. I used the icing knife to kind of move things around to level it off. And I use the back of my dibber just to kind of pack these cells so that there's good contact between the bottom and the bottom of the trays. So that's worked out pretty well. Samuel's going to finish planting these once he's finished. We'll take them over to our table here. And you can see these cells are already starting to turn moist. What I did was I took this propagation tray out and I filled this tray with about 1 inch of water so it was uniform all the way across, and then set the propagation mat or tray inside, and now the water is starting to wick up through the bottom, which is what we want to happen. Once he's done with that, by that time these cells should be pretty moist. We're going to take the rest of our grow mix, just sprinkle a little, like a thin layer, and as a rule of thumb you don't want to sprinkle any more than what the size of the seed is, so just barely to cover it, and then we'll mist it down. We'll put the lid on and it'll go on the grow mat. So hey, you just turned the lights out, bud. Alright, bud, you ready to plant number 9 here?
Yep.
You've got 2 planted already, so you need to finish this row and the rest of this row, okay? So Samuel, what do you like best about gardening? Or what do you like most?
Planting.
You like planting?
Yeah.
Why do you like planting?
Because it's really fun.
Yeah. It's fun to watch things grow, isn't it? We got a few more things to plant that we're going to put directly in the ground. Our tall telephone peas. That's kind of a spring thing. We've got our radishes. We got our lettuce. There's lettuce seed in there.
And Daddy, that is on new ones, the white.
Yeah, that was a free gift from Seed Savers.
But the other 2 are just regular.
Yeah. Our cold weather seedlings are ready to move outside. So after we're done planting, we're going to move these out.
We might move a couple things out.
We're going to move them out into the cold frame and start the hardening off process with these guys.
Yeah. Oh, Daddy, maybe the onions can go in the greenhouse and those little seedlings can go in the life. Well, they all need to go in the greenhouse because guess what?
What?
The other tiny greenhouse, sometimes if it's really strong wind, the other little tiny one will flip, the other little greenhouse will flip over.
Yeah, we're going to have to stake it down. So,
like, we're going to have to stake it with some stakes.
Yeah. All right, well, that's, I guess, all for now. We're going to finish up here and go on to the other things we have planned today. So,
okay.
You ready for the next seed packet?
Yeah.
You look for number 10?
This is hard.
Well, I think you had found it.
No, that's... See?
I think that's number 10, isn't it?
No, well, yeah.
That's 10. That's a shishito pepper. Now, these I'm going to help you open because they're smaller, okay?
Maybe you could do the shishito.
Yeah, let's put the rest of these seeds back in the packet. Can you do that? Can you put the lemon drops back in? Let's do it over here. All right. Well, until next time,
Bye.
happy gardening. Bye.